Dave Phillips is in his third career. This one took him to the streets of Over the Rhine.
We wanted to start to understand the people, so just being on the street, talking to them helped.
When Dave retired as a top executive from the accounting firm Arthur Andersen, he and his wife Leanne started a nonprofit organization called Cincinnati Works. The goal is to help people find a job and keep it for at least a year.
There's some resume tips that I like to include.
Everything we've tried to do at Cincinnati Works is emulate a business. So when they go to work or they go interview, it's not new to them.
They learn what the corporate world expects. They work on their resumes, and volunteers sharpen their interviewing skills. The cowbell announces new jobs. It's a reminder of the progress being made toward Dave and Leanne's long-term goal.
Eliminate poverty.
Elimination of poverty, that always raises eyebrows.
Nothing like taking on a big issue. It might as well.
Why not shoot high? Tell me that one person in our community being on poverty is okay. I can't find anybody that says it's okay. Now, if it isn't okay, you got to fix it.
What they've learned about poverty is that poor people face problems that we don't face, which can get them fired. Problems like transportation, child care, and legal issues.
If they have a barrier that you don't work on, they won't keep their job. Even though you might have fixed 5 barriers, but if they have a 6th, they won't keep the job.
Cincinnati Works has already helped more than 5,000 people find jobs and start the climb out of poverty. But what attracts national attention is that 85% will stay in their jobs for a year or more.
I've watched Cincinnati Works from its inception. It does work, and he does have the solutions.
Leanne put the solutions in her book called Why Don't They Just Get a Job? That's a question Dave used to ask since he's worked hard his whole life, starting as a kid on his grandfather's farm.
It's July, sun's coming down, it's really hot. And I can remember like it was yesterday. I looked up at the sky and said, Lord, please let me do something other in my life than hoe this damn corn.
His prayers were answered. After graduating from the University of Dayton, Dave went to work in Cincinnati for Arthur Andersen, the Big 8 accounting firm. He worked his way up to managing partner.
If you were in the office till 11, he was in the office till 12. And if you were in the office till 12, he spent the night.
As we were there a few years, we understood what he was doing for us, to us, and molding us into being great business guys.
Soon, it seemed everyone in town wanted a piece of Dave Phillips. In the 80s, he was the chairman of the Chamber of Commerce, and he led the Phillips Commission, which helped Cincinnati balance its budget. He led the group that saved Union Terminal and turned it into the Museum Center. He's also served the United Way and more than 50 community organizations.
The maxim in our family was, to whom much is given, much is expected. And he lived that out on a daily basis.
In the 90s, Arthur Andersen offered Dave a final big promotion, but he turned down the offer and retired early.
Then you start balancing economics with time. And the economics were very good, but time won out.
He uses some of that time each year on the Appalachian Trail. But what Dave really wanted time for was a new challenge that he and Leanne could work on together.
He didn't retire and just, get a beach house in Florida. He continues to work. He sees a need and he continues to meet it.
While they laid the groundwork for Cincinnati Works, Dave took on his second career, rejuvenating downtown. For $1 a year, he became the founding president of DCI, Downtown Cincinnati Incorporated.
I think Dave's marching orders were get downtown going. And clearly there's a whole lot more going on downtown right now than there was 20 years ago.
Dave Phillips could have retired anywhere in the world. Instead, he stayed here and moved into his third career, eliminating poverty in his hometown, one person and one job at a time.
For him, the challenge is really about basically how many more people can we help.
This is a place that we have been very blessed by, and we feel a sense of obligation to give back. It's about that simple.
If you look around, you can see the impact Dave Phillips had on his city, at the Museum Center, downtown, on the riverfront, and now in the lives of thousands of people who are working their way out of poverty.
We're having a lot of fun and a lot of success and making differences in the 5,000 people that have gone through Cincinnati Works in the last 14 years and are working today. That's pretty neat.